Good evening and welcome to a very different Monday Night Live. So different, in fact, that it's Friday. We've got 2 hours and we've got a live studio audience. We paid them well, and not only that, we've got two superstars in our midst. Now, if that is not enough for you, the majesty of the cardigan, the Christmas cardigan. I mean, how long have you had this?
Well, originally it wasn't mine.
Right.
It was my father-in-law's, and I just borrowed it at Christmas morning golf. It's more suited to freezing temperatures on a golf course than a hot studio.
Way longer answer than I was really hoping for. Anyway, so let's get on to these two fantastic guests. Two fantastic guests on our right-hand side. The 2023 Czech Masters champion and a DP World Tour future superstar, Todd Clements. Summing up, this young lady is tricky, but to say that she's a two-time winner on the LPGA Tour and she is the 10th best player on this globe, Charley Hull. This is not,
there's us.
And then there's us. Look, this does not look like a normal Monday night. How this program is going to work, we're going to do the first half an hour having a little chat and hit a few shots with Charley and Todd. The second part of the show, we're going to throw the questions out to the audience. We've got a roaming mic here. We're going to get them to ask these guys something that's going to give you a little bit more insight into their golf and what can help you at home. The third part is going to be a little competition. Simon and Charley are going to take on the winners, Todd and myself. And then the fourth part...
He's so confident.
The fourth part, we're going to throw it over to you guys at home and throw some questions at these guys. It's going to look a little bit different. We're not going to be trying and testing a Ping versus a Callaway, let me tell you. We're going to be asking these guys some questions about their golf. So, to start with, Charley, 2024, how's it been for you?
Yeah, it's been a pretty solid season, I'd say, so far. Had quite a few top tens, quite a few second places, and then got my win in. But yeah, I'm looking forward to now 2025.
Now, I've been looking at some of your stats. Simon and I were looking at some of your stats. Off the tee, you are prolific. I mean, the fairways that you hit. But then you back it up with not only hitting fairways, but hitting a lot of greens. Now, that puts a lot of pressure on the other end of the game, right? Because you're getting a bunch of opportunities. What is it about your driving that you feel is stand out to you?
I don't know, I'm just quite confident. I've been working on my swing the last couple of years and I just like enjoy hitting the driver. I don't actually hit many drivers, I don't practice many drivers, probably maximum 2 or 3 on a range session. That's literally all I hit.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's all I hit. If I hit 3 good, I don't need to hit no more because I don't want to have no bad thoughts in my head.
Listen to you all out there. Listen to you all.
But yeah, that's literally just what I do. And I always find, I don't know, when I'm practicing and playing, even the day before the tournament in the practice round, I'm probably a good 20 yards shorter. Then when I step up on the first tee in the tournament, I'm a good 20 to 25 yards longer.
So I wanted to talk about that because I mean your Thursday Friday golf is quite different. I mean you are 5th on tour for Fridays, which I mean
I see. I don't even look at stats. I wouldn't even know what a stat is. So I don't look at it.
And I think in the modern day, and it's interesting to get your thoughts on this, Todd. But the modern day player has really gone and lent on the stats, and I think there is not a player in the world that wouldn't love to play the game like you. I mean, you play it so quick and with so much freedom, and you look like you are still that 12-year-old girl whipping it off the tee with such freedom and flair. And I think that kind of leans on the fact that you don't get involved in stats. But I'm bringing the stat to your table. The Fridays, when it's cut day, I mean, you go running for the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah,
what is it about Fridays that
I don't know. I just
gets
find
you
it
amped up?
I just kind of find it kind of fun. It's just like a little bit of a challenge. Obviously, like it's just I just go out there and play fun, have it fun out there, and you know go for everything.
Well, let's get these bags out of the way because everyone wants to start hitting some shots. Todd, your season. I was looking at your stats.
To get a game of 2 halves.
Right. I mean, the last 5 weeks, bar 1 week.
Yeah.
I mean, you were taking the arm and sweeping up cash like it was
not
like
enough. I can assure you.
Like going out. No, of course. But your 2023 season, you won. But had less top tens. 2024, you had more top tens. Didn't win. How did that weigh up for you? Because like we chatted.
Yeah. Obviously, like it happened in my rookie season, 2023. I won, like in a time that probably no one expected it. Like I wasn't playing my best golf, but I made a caddy switch. Like I don't know what made me do it, but I wasn't playing very well. Caddy switch, went for more experience, and kind of that just sudden change. You know, like we all do it. Change driver, change putts. You start holding putts. The caddy seemed to work, and it kind of went through, and like obviously won in my rookie season, which gave me like an exemption for 2 years. And then this year, one thing led to another. I made a change to my coach. I now see Matt Belsham.
That's right, because you both use the
both
same coach, right?
We both see the same
Do you have
coach.
little tea parties, the three of you?
No, not yet. Anyway.
Same coach, same fitness trainer.
Yeah, it's if I could have her career, I'll take it. But yeah, it was a game of halves. Like I've done a lot of work with Matt, and he made a lot of good progress in my technique and my swing.
What I like about Matt is like you could absolutely flush a shot and he'll be like, yeah, that was all right.
Yeah.
And it's just like
the precision to detail is like I've never met anyone like it. So.
But when he says yeah, that's great, you know.
Yeah, it's good. So like that was like half my like back end of the year. I played a lot of golf. I played 11 tournaments in 12 weeks. Consistency was much higher. Didn't quite have the like contending part to it, but that's hopefully what 2025 is going to bring.
It's interesting to mention the caddy, because actually one question I got asked to ask you guys was about caddies. How important is the caddy's role? And what do you look for what qualities do you look for in a caddy?
So like my caddy, I've been with him since 2015 and he's a legend, Adam. He's like he's 50 actually. And when he first started caddying for me, he had no grey hair, now he's fully grey and he blames it on me. But he's just like so fun, he knows his stuff. Always bang on with clubs. He's quick, because I need someone that's quick on the ball, give me numbers straight away. I don't use the yardage book myself. I don't do any numbers. He just tells me the front and the pin and I hit it. But he's just a legend, and you know, I like someone that's like light-hearted on the golf course and kind of knows when to make me laugh, but then knows when to shut up at the same time. But like I think it was like a couple of years ago, I was right between clubs and I was just like, I'll hit the big six rather than a little five. He's like, okay. Then I hit the shot and I fatted it, and he turns around and goes, well, that was like, and I was like, thanks, Dad. Yeah, it was rubbish.
Because so often you hear caddies who'll be, or clearly players who need the caddy to go, that's perfect, love it, love the club.
Yeah.
Like, is that?
Obviously, it's individual, right? Like Charlie's got Adam, been with him for a long time, and I think from my experience, like the longer you go on, like the relationship can grow. They know Adam knows Charlie's game better than anyone else on the planet. You know, like you're in the lion's den with someone, but like for me, I think most professional golfers, like, which is why Charlie does great, is trying to like make it fun, make it enjoyable, make it light-hearted. Like Charlie does that in abundance. Yeah. So like for me, I'm looking for someone that's going to be on my side through thick and thin, going to be in there making it fun, but obviously serious in the same role. You know, it's a job at the end of the day.
Yeah. And at what point if the caddy makes a bit of a joke, is there a point where you feel, oh, no, I'm not sure I was in a good place to receive that banter? Have you ever had that?
Because me and Ad are like just really, really good friends. We always have it like, I remember one time at the British Open this year actually, I should have hit the lob wedge and he wanted me to hit the gap wedge and he was like, no, I just think it's a sand wedge, and I was like, I really think it's a lob wedge. He was like, just trust me, and then I called him a bad word and I said that was the worst club ever, and then in front of the crowd he goes, yes, I am massive. And I was just like, yeah, he was. And then after I apologised to him, but like we can like on the golf course, it's on the golf course, but afterwards you can completely forget about it. But I'd say I could not have anyone caddy for me apart from Adam. And
of course you're on the same team, right? Because the caddy wants it as much as you do, because he's earning cash off you guys, right? So it's not like they're going to give you a spurious club for no reason.
Yeah.
No. Well, but like it's in those moments, you know, like they can get heightened. Like obviously Charlie could be, you know, trying to win a golf tournament, he balls the wrong club. He could also not have a job after that.
But I feel like me and Adam, we've been caddying for that long, we're pretty much in sync of what we're hitting anyway. Like, but if I'm super confident on the club, I just be like, I've got this. Do you know what I mean? But then more the field shots, you know, the chipped ones, like the punchies around the trees and stuff like that. But yeah, no, I say we're like pretty good.
So what have you got in your hand there, Charlie?
Just got a 7-iron.
So let's see you smooth a few out here.
I've just been working on my drills, just on my swing and stuff.
So you've been working hard. We were talking just off camera there.
Yeah.
That you know you're both working with the same coach, and you're both working on two completely different things, which is like I think we can all attest to the confusion that the game can bring us sometimes. You know, Charlie, you've really devoted a lot of your attention and time to not only your swing but your body as well, and you're both You both work with the lunatic here, Kate. Our High Rocks champ.
Todd didn't look that happy this morning.
How much do you feel that that's played a role in your performance?
Massively. Like generally, like since I've been with Kate, like I've started hitting the ball a lot further, and a lot more positions in my swing have been much easier to get into. And I just feel stronger and my mind feels completely better. Like, we're quite similar at that. We have to work out, like, me and Kate, like, she's gets me when I want to be in here at a 5 o'clock session, because I'll be in here at 4, do you know what I mean? Like, people think that's weird, but we think you guys are weird for not getting up that early in the morning and training.
But that's something you've said about the training for you in particular. It's as much, if not more, mental than physical, in terms of it puts you in a great place and sets your day up the right way to then go out and do what you need to do.
100%, yeah. Definitely, I think unleashes so many good endorphins and stuff, and helps me with my golf swing as well. So, I mean,
how far are we carrying that 7-iron?
Usually on tour I'm about my 170 club, but I took 2 weeks of golf, and I haven't hit that many balls, so I'm still building. Like when I don't hit balls for a while, do you ever notice?
Yeah, speed will drop.
It takes about speed will drop, takes like 6-7 yards off you, and then you got to build back up again.
Thank goodness that you.
I played the other day, and like we was just saying this. I've had 2 weeks off, and my first round back, I was like, oh my god, I forgot how to play golf. Yeah. I was ringing up Bell to my coach. I was like, help.
I reckon this lot would like your 2 week off.
I know.
You were saying the same shit, wasn't you?
Stroked out there 117 driver speed.
We're all just the same. Like we're all human. We all, like if we don't play very often, you lose skill, you lose touch.
But then how important is it with how full on the seasons are? They're wraparound now. There isn't really, the joke when Rory was getting his prize in Dubai, they said, the next tournament starts in Australia on Thursday. So how do you manage your annual diary in terms of how much time do you need to kind of say, right, I need time, like X days off or X weeks off, and plan the season around that?
Yeah, for me, like it varies. Like I like to play a 4-week stretch, like, and going back to like data, like I know through like some of my like records that I'll play. The more weeks I play, the better I actually start to like find where my game's at. Yeah,
that's crazy. I don't do more than 2 weeks on the trot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do more than 2 weeks. 3 weeks I start missing home because I get very homesick. And then my head's not in it. So I only played like 18 events this year, and that's good enough for me because then every event I'm at, I've got my full concentration in it. And you've got a life outside of golf as well. Like I miss my family too much.
So, but yeah, like those things, like like we're obviously opposites, right? I hit it left to right, Charley draws it, so we're completely like in a different spectrum. But at the end of the day, you're just trying to find what works for you.
But then, this is your second year on. This was your
my third year on tour.
And this was
I played 2.
This is my 13th year on tour, so
like she's worked out. I'm still learning.
So like this is my 13th year on tour, and like
which is outrageous at 28, right?
Yeah, but when you've been on tour that long, you kind of get tired. So if probably in 13 years time, you'll probably be playing 18.
And you can see that, like you look at like Rory, right? If you're going on that sort of thing, like Rory's had a similar time on tour with Charley, and he's coming out saying I need to play less golf. I played too much this year. Like it's a draining, emotional roller coaster that I'm probably playing, and I will find and filter it down, but I'm still, trying to find what courses, what tournaments, what ones I really feel like I can perform at, and they're ever evolving.
Let's talk about Rory. Let's talk about adversity.
Yeah.
You've had a season and you were playing fantastic at the Irish.
Yeah.
And then you played with Rory, which I'm sure that was a bit of a
massive. Like I admit, like
situation.
I've gone from a boyhood fan to stand in the penultimate group at Royal County Down with my childhood hero, right? Like,
pinch yourself moment.
Yeah, it was completely, and like I was completely fine. My warm up went great, like in every realm of it, like, and he knows all the tricks in the book. Like, it's I don't know how many thousand on the first tee, and he knows which way to enter because of he's done it so many times. But the hard bit for me was he went first. That sounds crazy, right? Like, but like I'm there, like I've got this. Like the 40,000, 10 deep aside, like I've never seen people like it. And I'm like, he hits it, and he is a generational player. I don't, like we speak about that often on tour, off tour. He's generational talent, and he hit it, and I was like, oh my god, how good is that?
And that's coming from someone that
and then I was like,
well.
like obviously the raw and everything. I was like, not that I'm going to swear on camera, but I was like, oh no, I've now got to go. We all think the same thing, I promise you. Yeah. But like he obviously went, and it was a day that I wish never happened, but I'm glad did.
Oh yeah, I mean you grow from
Yeah, like what adversity.
Was that the most nervous you've ever been on the golf course?
I think it was like, yeah.
Because like when you won, like coming down the stretch, you probably think you're most nervous then, but because you're playing well, like you think, now I've got this.
It's easy, yeah. Like first tee shot, I was absolutely shitting myself. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good. We're YouTube. It's fine.
Yeah. But that's another question I was asked for tonight was around the pressure. So you got Solheim Cup pressure, you got major championship pressure, you got tournament winning pressure. Where have you felt the most pressure, and how did you deal with it?
I enjoy the feeling of pressure. I find it like really exciting. The most pressure I've been under. I know it sounds silly. I get more nervous in primes than I do playing in a tournament. You give me going down the last hole in a major championship, I'm not that nervous. But you play me in the first hole of a pro-am with people that are expecting me to be unbelievable, and you might be having an off day, and then you mishit it, and they think, oh, she's not as good as what I thought. Like I get more nervous about that. But yeah, I'm quite weird like that. Like my agent Vicky always says to me how nervous I get in pro-ams, but I don't be nervous at all on the first tee of a tournament.
Yeah, and I think like Charlie's right. Like if you're trying to win tournaments, you're playing well. Like, okay, well I'll just do what I'm doing. Like because the pressure, the moments you can't get wrapped up in it because you can't control others. Like, but you're playing well. Like I actually find golf the hardest trying to make the weekend when you've not got your game, because you're like, well, now I find golf hard then, and like when you talk about nerves, like experience, techniques, like. Some people have psychologists, but like you just manage it like in your own right, like you know your own game, like you know your tendencies, like you find your own way by mistakes and adversity.
I know probably the nervous I've ever been on a golf course was St Andrews this year, but it wasn't the British Open. It was like 4 months before, and we played the first hole with this young little 9-year-old, and I literally was filming all day, so I didn't have no warm up, and I've come to the first hole of St Andrews, the widest fairway in golf. But then there was loads of people like crowding around me, and I was recording on this for the little Gracie, the little 9-year-old. And I've gotten the first tee, and I thought, oh my god, like I could snap hook this miles left, or I could block this miles right, and I could potentially look really silly, like. And I made a 9. Yeah, a 9 on the first hole of St Andrews, and the 9-year-old beat me, and that was the most nervous. Then I've had to play the British Open 4 months later after I've had that experience of making a 9. But no, I got over it. But yeah, it's just weird, like like little things like that.
Yeah, like we all have those talks, right? Like there's not one person on the planet that doesn't have doubt, doesn't have like. It's just you manage it, and you get coaching, to get
But the more preparation I do, and the more I'm in my routine, the less nervous I am. It's when I haven't done my routine, that's when I get nervous.
Definitely.
It's like
that was what it comes down to. You rely on processes, routines.
What have we got here?
How many times do I see people go out and play, and they're like, oh, I don't have a practice swing. Right, okay. Like, I wouldn't advise that. Like,
I don't have a practice swing.
Yeah.
You don't have a practice swing?
So Todd wouldn't advise
my
that.
practice swing is this.
Got it.
And then
but like,
I
wouldn't advise it. Like, because what shot you trying to hit? Like, if you're trying to fade it, trying to draw it, like, we're not all the skills, Charlie.
I think it shows actually how instinctive you are as a player.
Yeah, well, I just think like sometimes when I've had practice swings, I thought, oh, that felt a weird swing. So I think to myself, if I just picture the swing being pure in my head, then all I've got to do is just remember that feeling and then just do it. Rather than having it feeling like I've swung it bad, and then I think, oh no, am I going to do that in this swing? Do you know what I mean?
But then like the contrast that you look at like Tiger's, like how many times have you seen him over the years, like really feeling it, like looking at his swing, like a friend of mine, like Justin Rose is there, like, okay, this is what I've got to feel. This is your shot I'm trying to hit, like, because you're not going to try your draw swing and then you've got to go around and hit it left to right. That. So when I look at like people playing, like I try and reiterate the shot you're about to hit. Not just like a feel, because like the feel doesn't mean it's going to be a good shot. But like if you're there and you've got an intent to your practice swing, you go into the shot with a better process, better mindset.
Oh, that was a bad swing.
Let's see you on the jump there, Todd.
It's easy.
Now it's a shameless plug for my channel here, Todd and Charlie. But Charlie has got, in my mind, the best golf grip on the planet.
Okay.
On the planet. How you hold the golf club.
I think it was 2 years ago, Matt told me what strong and weak meant.
Yeah.
Right.
I never really noticed.
So you would like favour it on what side of strong or weak?
Yeah, I think it's where it's placed in the hand.
I thought
where Charlie places it in her hand.
I thought that was strong and I thought that was weak.
Yeah,
but that's weak and that's strong.
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
Yeah. See, like, interestingly, like, for me, the grip is about function.
Yeah.
Right? Like, Dustin Johnson, you wouldn't turn around and change his grip.
No.
Because that's the way he moves, right? So, like, it's all about, and then you've got, like, the opposite side of someone that, like, Jordan Spieth, right? You go ultra weak.
Absolutely.
but it has function.
Yeah.
So you're just matching it up for me when someone says about grip, but the way they move is like, well, you need functionality for the golf swing.
It's the same with like aim when
Yeah.
people say, oh, you aim so far right, but because my hips sit naturally that far open, so for me to actually be square, I'm actually square there. My feet may look, but I'm not swinging it on my feet, I'm swinging it on my hip line. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you're talking about the grip is at the top of the pyramid, and you're building everything off of that effectively.
Yeah,
really,
in
that
theory,
way.
but like it can be a chain reaction, right? Like you
Yeah,
change
absolutely.
your grip. Not I'm going to go into detail, but like,
No.
but you
But
change
yeah,
your
like-
grip, you change like so much anatomy of the body, like
Absolutely.
that can make such a big chain reaction.
100%.
Because when I was younger, my
100%.
dad just, when I was like, I think 1 year old, he just used to have a grip for me and I used to hold my grip.
Did you really?
Yeah, so fundamentals when you're a kid, a big thing.
So you've got 7-iron there as well, Todd?
Yeah.
How far is your 7-iron?
About 181 should be, fingers crossed.
So 11 yards longer than Charley. And your flight is fade, or that's what you're going for?
195.
Well, yeah, I mean,
put it on a green.
like if you look at like, see like there, it's got 5,279
Yeah.
spin, right? So like, I use, not going to go into it, I use like the Pro V1X Plus, right? Spins the most because of that reason. All mine naturally is a low spin kind of ball, so I'm always trying to find a golf ball just to create a bit more spin on it. Like
So-
as this is a left dash, right? The low spin, high launch golf ball.
And so how much have you been into golf ball that suits your game over the years? Is that something that's...
Yeah,
that's
I
really-
think like obviously equipment can have a massive impact, right? Like as we all know, there's no fad behind it. Like shafts do different things, club weights. So I'm always like looking for like that little thing. Can it just assist me? Like it doesn't have to change, but like I'll try it. And I think the more I play, like you can just tell by ball flight really what I'm looking for. It's like that's what I want to see. Like it might not. Some players I know like love low spin, high launch. You know, it doesn't deviate in the wind. Whereas like the opposite, you know like
And
what
I think
you want.
Europe to America can be
Yeah,
a
it
bit
can be
different,
so
can't it?
different. Like I carry, I'm trying to think how many golf clubs I play. I carry 2 driver heads, one with higher loft, one with lower loft, depending on altitude.
That's
Like
crazy.
the small things that people do is unbelievable.
Wouldn't even come into your game, that would.
No, I have to.
Where's the first tee? What's the course
I
record?
just literally have the same clubs all the time, and they always try and challenge me. But I said to my coach, and I wouldn't have confidence in that club because I know I've hit so many nice shots with that. Like, and I know how to take some off it, or hit a big draw, hit a big fade. Do you know what I mean?
So Nelly Slayer this year.
Yeah.
How much fun was that?
Yeah, it was really fun with Nelly. I like Nelly. We get on really well. She's a good girl.
When did you think you had a...
Well, I knew what I had to do before I started the day, and just went out there and played pretty pure.
Yeah.
My goal was to shoot 9 under through 18 holes if it made it that far. So I think I was 7 under through 14 or 15. So I was nearly got to my goal.
That might be a good way to go into sort
Yeah.
of tournaments, mate.
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah.
Do you approach the solo and cat matches? How differently do you approach those?
I don't really. I'm not a big fan of match play. I don't like match play, and I'm not really a team player. But I feel like this year I kind of like was really into it, and I thought I've really done well. Like Suzanne said, I've done really well. Like she noticed the difference in me. But I'm very much an individual kind of player.
Since the singles really
Yeah.
suits your mindset.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
That was very fun watching that, by the way.
Thank you. It was good fun.
So you shoot 63 to win
Yep.
for the first time.
Yep.
I mean, as first wins go.
Yeah.
I mean, that's in your rookie year.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that's up there. Can you remember your first win?
I shot 62 to win my first win.
Good luck, mate.
I know.
It's not all about how big it is.
No, I know,
Kate.
but I remember. No, that's like I think that's still the lowest round I've had.
What's the par 72? It's 10 under.
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
That was back in 2013.
Nice to get back in the winner's circles this year.
Yeah, no, it was good. Yeah, after being the bridesmaid for so long.
Yeah. And what do you feel was different that week?
Nothing. I just had my boyfriend with me. Really, that was it.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
that's a winner.
Yeah, that's a winner.
That's a winner.
Then apart from that, it was just good. I was just relaxed, and I kind of liked Saudi. I liked the food out there, so I was just going out every night. Wasn't getting back until 12. Was just trying all these different restaurants and that, and then still making sure I went to the gym in the morning. And yeah, just literally just felt confident, swinging it well. It was coming.
Whenever you speak to tour players and they've had a win, invariably there's something that week that either they found it on the range or
Yeah.
they just had a vibe when they went to the tournament that week.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe Saudi and the food and the getting in. Was there anything for you, Todd, that week of winning? Did you have a sense?
Obviously, I knew I played the week before. Right, this is crazy. I played the ISBS Honda in the week before, and there's a 2-round cut, 3-round cut. I made the 2-round cut, I missed the 3-round cut. But like, I felt like I played nicely, just didn't quite score, didn't quite have it. I went to check in Prague, and I was like, well, this course suits me. I like it.
Quite a nice course there.
Yeah, like Albatross. I was like, it just suited my eye that week, and just things went the right way. And like, you know, at the time I was not the best putter. Like, I had a streaky week on the greens, quite great. My approach plays strength of mind, so that was good, and I drove it pretty well. And when you put those three together, it was like obviously a great week that, you know, managed to win. But going back to your point of like shooting 63, I didn't, even in the final rounds, go on, you crack on. I didn't actually and it made it easier for sure, because I was trying to keep my card right. I was 180th on the order merit, first year on tour. I was like, this is hard, really hard. So, and I had like a crazy start. I was like 6 under after 8, like flying. Didn't birdie the 9th, the par 5. Didn't birdie 10, the par 5. I'm still like, you think like, my race is run, right? I'm 6 groups ahead. Like, they started 3 or 4 ahead of me, and then I birdied 11, 12, 13. Like, a bit of luck. I hold a big on 11, short, 12 and 13, 2 nice shots, and I was 9 under after 13. But like, my goal for the day, I didn't even think about winning. But it was only when I turned on 16 and I was like, well, the camera's obviously that right there, all in your face. But I was like, well, my objective of the week was just to get the result. So I'm like, well, it made took stress off me. As long as I finished first or second, I've kept my card. So like, my objective now is like, just keep doing it. But like, he can catch me, like, no problem, because I've done my objective.
Did you birdie the last hole?
No, I literally missed just on 18, and like, obviously, fortunately, Matt did miss on 18 from like 9 feet, but it took stress off like, oh, my first win. Like, I didn't really care. It was more like, well, I've done my job. Like, as long as and that's what made it a lot easier. Like, well, I'm going to finish. We were so far ahead of third. I was like, well, I'm going to finish first and second.
So for those people out there, I mean, shooting 63, it's a decent amount under. Yeah. Your handicap. Yeah. if you had, I'm joking, but it's like 63 for you is like net 63 for everyone out there, right? When you've got it going, I mean, you've got also a tournament on the line, and you've got money and your card and a job for next year. There's a lot going in your way. So there's ultimate pressure, more than getting the handicap cut, but we can only feel so nervous. Yeah. So at what point was the realisation that, oh, this could keep my card? Because I think that's probably was more important to you than the tournament win, wasn't it, right?
For sure. Like,
you can't win tournaments unless you're not playing.
No. Like, I got to like 13, I hit a great run to 13 and hold down. I was like, no, I must be in. But like, again, experience, my caddy at the time just changed. Like, it was like drizzling, but we had like the brolly up, and he was like, just don't look at one, because I'll do that bit for you. Took experience, I didn't have a book. He was like, I'll do that. At the time, he's like, unfortunately enough, Brendan, he's won the Masters with a Laffer Bell. He won Civ 17 times. He knows how to try and help someone win a tournament, but he was like, just don't aim it at the leaderboard. Like, you physically can't see through an umbrella. So he's like, just aim it. You don't worry about that. Like, we'll just do our job. And like, that really helped me. Like, in those moments, I was like, well, even if I want to look, because the monkey sat on your shoulder, like the chimp, whatever, Steve Peters is like, well, you do really deep down want to look at this big old scoreboard, like, see your name in the lights. Like, we all want that. But he's like, so I just aimed at it, every one. Like, couldn't physically look at it. And then like 17, we get through there, and
that's a tough hole, 17.
Yeah, strong hole, and then
where was it again?
Albatross.
What country was it?
Prague, Czech Republic. No. And I didn't look, but obviously I knew roughly where I am, and I said to him, like, I had to tee off 18, like, where are we? He's like, we'd carry on with this, and then obviously when he said that, I'm like, well, I know roughly where I am. But those moments, I was playing for something bigger than this tournament, and it's like going back to it, like, when you desire something that much, you actually got to let go for it to happen. Does that make sense? It's a weird thing to say.
100%, It's like you've made peace with failing.
Yeah, I've made peace. Like,
Yeah.
if I come second, it's okay.
Yeah.
Because I've done the actual bigger picture is what I wanted. But like, I'll let that pass. But in obviously things together, and it did happen.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with match play over stroke play, isn't it?
Yeah.
In match play, you can kind of let a hole go.
Yeah.
And when you let a hole go, all of a sudden, it's like you play the hole well.
Yeah, I wish
and I'll do that again on the next match.
I wish there was more tournaments with match play. Like, as a golf fan, as a viewer, like I love the game. I'm obsessed by it. Like, I prefer watching match play. People, because of that reason, take on more risk. They're more aggressive, or certain things can happen. Like someone chips in and they miss a 4-footer. Like, it's just more excitement. Like, for me, watching golf can be quite mundane at times because, you know, it's like, well, and the way TV works and stuff like that. But I wish there was more match play tournaments because of that reason.
So we get to that part of the show where we can throw it out to you guys. Now, they're all warmed up. If you want them to hit a shot or they want to talk through...
Ask Charley.
Yeah. She's always one shot ahead of you by the sound of things. So we've got a roaming mic that Simon's going to come... I mean, if it's coming at you too fast with the jumper, you can slow down. It won't be too bad. It'll be okay when you get a bit closer to it.
You can tell why his father-in-law didn't ask for it back.
Who would have a question for one of our guests? Graham.
Right, so you turned professional very quickly in your career. You were off scratch at about 11, if not before. So your, shall we say, your DNA for golf was there, but you turned professional into an environment that you had no real experience of. What didn't you cope with when you first started playing in the tour?
So when I was an amateur, I played a few pro events. I played my first ever major, and it was my first ever pro event when I was 15 years old, and I had no clue what to expect. And I think I came like 30th, and then a few weeks later I played in Europe and I came like 5th in a pro event again on the Ladies European Tour, and I kind of like got the taste of it, and I kind of thought to myself, I'm not currently, I could be making this money, and I'm not making anything, so I might as well just turn pro and use that as my apprenticeship kind of thing. And I think like back then, I just had no fear. Like I generally had no fear. But my swing wasn't as good. But now my swing's got better, like from about 7-8 years ago. But then I lost that mindset, and I used to be too uptight, thinking I'm obsessed about golf too much. Then I was putting pressure on myself. And then now I've just kind of gone back to the way I think when I was younger. And it's just gone, I feel like it's made such more of a difference. Like, just go out there, have fun, and make loads of birdies. Like, I'm good enough to do it. Sometimes your brain can overthink out on the golf course. That's why I always like to play fast. Just kind of, the slower it gets out there, the more you start thinking. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely. I'll be in the same boat. Yeah,
but I just feel like I've
fast.
gone more instinctively how I was when I was younger. And it's just a game at the end of the day. You've got to go out there and have fun. And I'm grateful for doing it though, because being in golf, like in working as a job that I really enjoy, is brilliant.
So I've got a question for a young man down here. Now I'm going to say a little thank you to George, James and Charley before George asked his question. George is James's son, and between them they raised £35,500 for Great Ormond Street Hospital. So a huge thank you for your efforts, and George, your efforts, and James putting himself through the pain of a high rock. Now, George, what's your question?
Have you ever hit a hole-in-one?
I've only ever had one hole-in-one in my life. Like, believe it or not, like it was in the 2015 Salem Cup practice round, and I don't know if you guys have heard of Annika Sorensson, which is probably the greatest ever woman golfer to live. Suzanne Payton, she's unbelievable, was an idol of mine. Another lady golfer called Nancy Lopez and Julie Inkster, and them lot was near the green. Annika was there near the green. Suzanne, I was playing with Suzanne in the practice round, and I got a hole-in-one, and I thought to myself, that's a pretty cool crowd of people to get a hole-in-one in front of. But yeah, I've only ever had one, unfortunately. I've had more albatrosses than hole-in-ones, which is quite rare. Yeah.
It's got to be rarer, surely.
Yeah.
Me, unfortunately, I've had 5.
Got one.
I know, you
got one. Yes.
Taking all of
Sign of things to come.
one.
Yeah,
I've had 10, but anyway, we won't talk about that. Any more questions? Oh.
Do you have any advice of like how to get like proper good at golf?
You just literally just got to go out there. Like when I was a kid, like we just used to go out there, rain, snow, like sunshine, like anything, and just go out there and have chipping competitions with the juniors and have fun. Just just go out there and you've got to enjoy it. And my dad was never a pushy parent either, because sometimes some pushy parents can make the child hate the game, but I just generally loved it. And just practice your short game, and you're young, just try and go and hit it as hard as you can, because when you're older you can rein like that in and you can then straighten it out. But if you've never got the power there, it's always harder to hit the golf ball harder when you get older.
No, that would be my advice. Just make sure you enjoy it. The day that you don't enjoy it, stop, because you're only putting yourself through pain.
Yeah.
But like, just try and seek as much good advice as you possibly can. Find your own way. But like Charlie says, make sure it's fun and you make sure you're happy.
And your fundamentals are
got to
correct,
be solid,
grip, setup, and you're playing with your swing.
So you're okay because you're old enough to gain speed. We're at the age where we're naturally reining it in.
Very good. Very good. Okay, Charlie, let's get your just around.
Just one for you, Todd.
Yeah, of course.
Because where do you stand on reining the ball back?
Oh, that's a good question. Like, obviously, in my honest opinion, I think it's crazy. Because
crazy reining it back?
Yeah, I do, because like my view is like golf participation's up. Like, why do we not want people playing the game? Why don't we not want to grow the game? Like, why make it harder? Like, that's just my view. Why make the game harder? Like, let's all enjoy it. Let's all have fun and make it as easy as possible, because it's bloody hard.
What was the question?
Like, reining the ball back, so the ball's going to go not as far.
Yeah.
Well, particularly in the pro tournaments, when the courses are getting too short, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they obviously are, and like science, like is pushing it on, and like Charlie said, like the ethos has changed, right? Like when I grew up playing golf, I don't know about Charlie, but like it was about like accuracy, like make sure it's on the fairway, make sure it's on the green, and I think that's come from like a generation. The ball spun more, curved more, like it had logic, right? But like now the golf ball and the technology design, let's hit it as hard as we can.
See, I think it was more interesting watching golf 20 years ago than
Yeah,
it is
me
now.
too, right?
I don't bother watching it at all.
But
I
like,
only watch the US Open or British Open and the Masters.
Yeah, but like that's like my view is like,
Smashing it a wedge,
well, like that's what like we're teaching now. Like if you speak to any top end pros, like as children, it's like they're telling their kids like just hit it. Like, forget how it looked. Forget like that was. The ethos has changed, and I think like why make it harder? Like the preparation for professional golf should just change. Like the rough, the firmness of the greens, the speed of the greens. Like that's real skill.
Yeah, that's why I enjoy the majors, because they're tighter and longer, aren't they?
Yeah.
I have one for Charlie as well. I mean, you're renowned as a fast player, or a quick player. What's your state of mind how do you try and stay with yourself when you're playing behind, let's say, Carlotta?
Yeah, literally, you start pulling your hair out when people are very slow in front of you, but it can be so boring, and I feel sorry for the crowds, because I would certainly not walk around nearly 6 hours and watch.
I wouldn't.
But I think they do need to start penalising people more, and not just money fines, shot fines. And I know I was harsh when I said that in America, and I said you should have, if you get more than 3 penalties in a year, you lose your tour card, because no offence, I wouldn't want to lose my tour card. And if the penalty was strong enough, the punishment was strong enough, you wouldn't do it, so then people would speed up.
Definitely, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And you have people just taking for ages. Like, I don't understand it. It's either the big 6 or the little 5. Just choose one or the other and hit the shot, rather than farting around all the time, because it does my head in.
There's a big conversation about on tour, like obviously pace of play, things like that. Like, and we always say, like, how can the rule of golf be there that you get 50 seconds first, 45 seconds, but like people are allowed to break it? Like, I can't just go and kick it in the rough. Oh, sorry, that's a one. But like it is a rule on our tour, right? So like that they make it like that's the rule, because otherwise they have to implement like the rule to make a fine. Does that make sense? So like how does that make fair? That's the big argument, but like you say.
And it's amazing the amount of slow players when they're on the clock actually play better.
Yeah, and faster.
Yeah, faster and better, and then they get back on the clock and it's slow again.
Yeah, but it is hard. To answer your full question, it's tough.
The amount of times that I'm, say, miles in front and I'm just like, they're still pitting, I'm like, I'm going, I don't care. Like, I generally don't care, I'm going.
Well, as you said in that comment, I think you said you played back here in a 4-ball friendly game, and it's 3.5, 4 hours, and I think it was 6 at the tournament you were playing in, which
6, we finished
most
in
of
the
us
park.
could play 2 rounds in that time.
I know,
and there's just
crazy.
no call for it.
I know.
Yeah. And like that's what like who wants to go and watch that? Like,
Any more questions?
Just to carry on from that, what do you guys think of the TGL that's going to be coming out in January as a spectator sport as golf? I'm new to golf, and sometimes I find watching on TV is just too long and too boring. along with the long play. Do you think TGL's a way forward?
What's TGL? I don't know.
Right.
What it is.
Yes.
Indoor simulator.
Yeah.
I
think like golf needs, like in terms of some new ideas. Live like I don't quite get the concept. It's not my version of like, well, how do you make an individual team sport? Like I understand Live, it will evolve, but like TGL, I think will be exciting. Like I'm looking forward to watching it as a golf fan. Yeah, so they're going to play like in the simulator exactly like this. They've got like different bays for like where you leave it in the like rough, bunker, thicker rough, like, and the impact that will have. And then inside of, Justin was saying, I think it's inside of 50, you play the ball live in the stadium. I think
opens up into a massive green.
So I think like as a viewer, I think that's gonna be great. Like with the crowd, I think golf needs some new ideas. Per shot, right? Which again goes back to the point, like I don't want to sit there and watch golf for 5 hours. Like I do it for a living. Like that's how I pay my bills. But I wouldn't want to do that. Like it needs to change.
Any more questions?
Question, Charley. I was lucky to be up the Open in St Andrews this year. How did you all play on the Sunday when the weather conditions changed?
Yeah.
Even I couldn't stand up.
Yeah.
So how did you lot play so well?
It was pretty crazy because I felt like the morning tee times, the people behind us had it a lot easier because it was not that windy in the morning, and then the Sunday afternoon it got super windy. But I felt it was quite hard for me because I was hitting it very well that week with my driver, but then like coming in with a gap wedge to them greens, like there's only a certain, you can't like, you're hitting it high with a gap wedge and you can only keep it like low a certain amount, and it was just a guessing game by the end of it. And especially St Andrews with like all the bumps and the greens and everything, I was just getting so confused. I was like, get me back to America.
So question for the pair of you on that topic. Let's say you've got a 10 mile an hour wind.
Yeah.
Are you someone that plays with it, or you hold it up?
Depends
Or does it depend on the flag?
Depends on the flag. Sorry.
Sorry. So depending on the flag, you might hold it up.
It depends on the strength of it, right? So
Yeah.
like if it's 20 mile out.
It's kind of a feel thing, isn't
Yeah,
it?
completely. If the wind's 20 mile out the right, the pin's on the right, and there's a ball to left, you've got to hold it. Or you just start it further right and let it ride. But
sometimes you've got to start it right and hold it.
And it still
and
move
still
left.
move.
Yeah.
So obviously that has a big impact on it. But like links golf, I think I really enjoy because I think you can express yourself, express your game. Like we all could play, all four of us could play.
I don't think links golf,
same place,
not the best
shots.
ball striker wins, like not the best golfer wins. I feel like it is you've got to have a bit of luck with you as well, haven't you?
Yeah, of course, definitely. But like I think if we all four played and we all could create different shots, like we have the same, we all could be in the same place. You're going to putt it, I'll use a 5-iron, shoot, like Stu makes lob wedge and Charlie does something different.
Yeah.
I like the way you picked the putter for me.
Yeah. Wearing
like
that jumper, I wouldn't know. I'm joking.
Yeah, start early.
I've already got shame on me with this, let alone taking the Texas wedge out for 100 yards. But that was, I think, what was fun about the Open this year at True, was how brutal the conditions were on the Saturday. And all the players go, this is really tough, I've got to hit a driver into a par 3. Well, great, that's what a lot of players go out and do every week. So actually, I found it really fun watching them struggle.
Yeah, no, and I think, I enjoy it, like, in terms of when we're sat there watching in the players' lounge and it's like hard, I'm like, I'm joking.
Drinking your cappuccino.
I think it's way more interesting. Like they want spectators to be watching. Like they set the golf courses sometimes up easy and everyone's shooting like 20, 30 under, and I'm like, I think it's way more interesting when they're like level par 1 or 2 over, because I think that's more fun to watch. Don't you? Like when
I do. Yeah, I think like it brings so many more skill, more element. Like birdie golf is pretty routine, right?
Yeah.
Sadistic golfers.
Yeah.
Any more questions? Young Annabelle has one, who's 7 years old, last week.
Charlie, do you bring around a lucky charm in your pocket when you do golf?
I actually have a lucky ball marker, and then I got a new lucky ball marker for an early Christmas present off my boyfriend, so that's going to now be my lucky charm.
Nice.
What's your golf superstition?
Weirdly, I don't really have any. Like, well, if there's one, I don't have more than 5 tees in my pocket.
What do you mean if there's one? I mean, that is one.
Yeah, but
that is one.
It's just uncomfortable. Who wants a massive bag of tees? Yeah,
Talking about OCD, where it's like, if I'm coming down the last hole and I've got no tee pegs and I'm teeing off, Ads has to make sure he gives me 3 tee pegs still.
Really?
Yeah, and I only use a number 1 golf ball.
Should we write this down?
If he doesn't put the club in the right place,
That's a weird superstition, right? I'm sure we all, not all of us, but like, I would say to my caddy, like, why do you put my 7-iron there? Like, if it's in the wrong, like, I don't know what you call it, pocket, like part of the bag, I'd be like, I'd physically change it.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know why.
Yeah, because some players have to put their shoes on a particular order. Or,
Yeah,
like I know Monty, he'll only use white tees because red or yellow is kind of water hazards. So I'm like, well, white's out of bounds. He just went, well, I don't hit it there, do I?
Well, like,
He's not in the water either.
Here's a good story. So like, Torbjorn Olsen, he uses obviously from Denmark, he uses the 10 krone coin, right, as a ball marker. So his caddy actually like buys them online because in case he loses it, right? And it has to be of a certain year, the year he's born, 1980, can't remember what it is. But like, that's the only ball marker he'll use. So he carries like in his own luggage, like 3 or 4 of these coins because that's the only one he uses.
What about you?
No, I can't use 4s. That's the only thing. I just can't use a Titleist 4.
I'll tell you one weird superstition that I had. I was playing in a tournament when I was younger in America just before I turned pro, and Kelsey McDonald, I was actually playing with Kelsey, and she hit a shank. So then I was like, oh my God, like, I don't want to shank this, and I stiff it with a 4-iron. So then the whole 3 years after, my swing foot was shank. That is the weirdest thing for ever.
I wouldn't recommend it.
I've never really hit a shank either, but it was the weirdest thing for ever.
Any more questions?
Yeah, right. Young lad.
Oh, there's one there as well.
Yeah, it's got 2.
Would you say harder to get your tour card than to stay on tour, obviously?
You asking me? Do you want me?
Both you.
Oh, okay. I think that's a really, really good question. Like, they're both. I would say to answer your question, I think it's easier to stay on tour, depending on what tour card you've got. Because like, if you get your card and keep it, I think it's much easier to do that than it is to actually get on tour and keep it.
So you've got your card through Challenge Tour, right?
Yeah.
Which is a much better card than you get
At
through
Q-School.
Yeah. So you had pretty much everything, right? First time out.
And like, I think the work, I think you get to that point is harder because you're obviously in that mode, like than to play and just keep your card.
How did you get your card, Charley?
2012 Q School for LET, and then and then my first Salon Cup that year, and then I got given, because I was in Salon Cup, some invites to America the year after, and I played really well in some of the majors, and then went to Q School at the end of that year for that year on tour, and then got it, and then won on my second year on tour.
I feel like you're probably underselling. You played well in majors, made all the cuts.
I came like top 10, yeah. So
right, yeah, so that's undersold it.
But then you could use your money, but you couldn't do that back then. I kind of changed the rule now, but if you earn a certain amount of money, then you could have got your tour card. But they didn't have that rule back when I was, when they changed it in the last few years.
So biggest checks you've both made. We know your one.
You know my one.
Yeah. What's the biggest check you've made?
$1 million. Yeah.
Right. And when you made that money, what flashed into your mind? What did it change your life?
Bill.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
No, not really. Nothing. Just
nothing. That's the weirdest thing, right?
No.
For me,
just playing it for the love of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Definitely.
Brilliant.
You can't take it with you.
Yeah.
Nope.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Brilliant.
So, Charley, considering that your mother was such a competitive tennis player, was it because she was scared that you would beat her that she didn't encourage you to play tennis?
I don't know really. No, she didn't know. It wasn't that. My dad kind of got me into golf. My mum was always very sporty though. My mum's actually Polish. Like, I'm half Polish, but my grandmother actually had a very, very strong mindset. She actually escaped a prisoner of war camp in the war, and like she wrote a book about it. And she was like a real tough woman. And then I don't know, I think it's just the way I've been brought up and just the mindset. And I'm so grateful for good parents.
James's father's mother had the same thing.
Oh really? What, Polish? Dzień dobry. Yeah, dzień dobry. Jak się masz? But yeah, just kind of like that. But my mum was very sporty, and yeah, just kind of just played golf. Actually, my next door neighbour Ben, he was both 2 years old, and we used to go and hit balls in the garden and kind of like pushed each other on from that.
Any more questions?
It was fun for me when I was a kid.
Got
Lovely.
a few. Nice.
Lovely. Ladies first.
Charley, you talked earlier about how your game switches on when you step on the first tee. Now, for myself and probably most of the guys here, it's the opposite problem. We get first tee nerves. Can you talk a little bit about what goes on in your head when you step up to that first tee to turn it on?
Yeah, just kind of like, I just think to myself, you're not going to die if you hit a bad shot. Like, you generally aren't going to die. You might kill someone, like if it's that bad, but you're not going to die. And what's the point? Yeah, but what's the point of being nervous? Because you're only going to ruin your game. Some nerves are really good, but not to the point where you're like shaking and can't do something. But just focused and just look forward to try and making loads of birdies. And then if you're not quite going your way, think of it as having it as a challenge, trying to turn it back around. Like that's what I kind of do. Yeah.
Are you asking me to? Oh, sorry.
I think it'd be rude not to.
Yeah. Like obviously, Charley's quite unique in ways she like thinks and stuff like that, which is amazing. But like for me, like it's funny she said that. Like obviously, I think the same thing. Well, I'm not going to die if this goes wrong. That's the first thing. Like, and it's not life or death. And then I go through like my routine, right? Like the only thing you can rely on in under pressure situations is your routine, your process. So like I said earlier, like it might be 1 practice swing, 2 practice swings, but it's like okay, I've got my grip, my stance feels good. You're doing things you can only control. Mm-hmm. So like all the things you can do, and then like the next bit should be the enjoyment, because I know that it's obviously first tee nerves. We all want to play well. We all desire something.
Because that's why I always find like I have to go to gym every single morning before I play. Like I get Kate to send me a workout because I know if I've done that, I'm already ahead of everyone else in the field almost.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm more confident. I'm more confident getting onto the first tee. Yeah.
But like, yeah, just that's for me. It's like I lean into like internal and be like, what can I control? What do I know that I can do, and just go with it.
And I practice very hard. Like I think it was just before I won. I was about to go away, and my coach Matt actually told me off for practicing too much, like because I was just getting way too golf obsessed.
Yeah.
But I like that about me though, because I like to feel really prepared going into an event.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like the harder I work, the more satisfaction it kind of gives me anyway. Like work hard in the gym, eat clean, even though I just had like 8 Ferrero Rochers before I got here. Like I had too much of my training plate, but yeah, just I feel like all them little things give me a 1-up in my head. So when I stand on the first tee, I'm super like confident.
I think
you're the same, I bet, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Tiger said something, just such a throwaway comment. He said, 1,000 repetitions a day. 1,000 repetitions a day, whatever it is, a contact on the face of the golf club. And when these guys are doing that kind of level of repetition, the interference that you get has way less power than, say, someone only hitting 50 balls a day. So what you're talking about is you're going through your processes, and then all those processes and all those balls hitting makes you feel much better about what you've done, right?
Yeah, totally understand it.
And then being all in.
Yeah,
right?
but like even if you only have the ability to hit or none, right? But like that first shot doesn't define your round.
No, absolutely.
No. That's what I'm like trying to say. It doesn't define your round. Like you can make a real mess up, but like you've got 17 more to recover. If you're off at 18 handicap and you start with a triple bogey, like, okay, well, have you ever made a par before? Yeah, I have. Okay, can I do it more than once? Well, you never know. But like having the ethos of like, this isn't going to ruin my day, will only be a positive. And like you then like, if you can just take that, if your stress level is at 90, just take it to 85. Hopefully, that will just come down in time.
For all of you, please. Favourite event on tour and why? And thoughts on players getting paid for the ride at all sorts.
Who wants the hot table?
Do you want to go first?
Very good.
You go first.
I won't say no to getting paid. Listen, if someone offered you going an extra going to job, but at the end of the day, I'll pay for it for no money as well. But and also, favourite event on tour would be the US Open.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What is it about US Open?
Just I think like it's the hardest golf course, it's the biggest paycheck, and it's the one that I was always growing up watching that I wanted to win. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit different for the men and the women because the Open Championship is the one that you guys, it's like the oldest one in golf, would you say?
Like, you've got like obviously the Masters, like iconic.
But I would love to win
venue.
the British Open as well, but just I feel like US golf courses suit my game a lot more.
Yeah, like mine is the BMW LPGA just here at Wentworth. Like my first ever golf tournament attending. Like it just brings back so many childhood memories, and I actually feel like privileged to play. So that'd be the first one. And my view on getting paid at the Ryder Cup. I personally don't think that's right. Like, rightly or wrongly, like how much money does one need? To get in that team. But like
money motivates me.
Yeah, which I understand. But like to get in the Ryder Cup, you've earned absolutely shed loads, right? So that's not the first thing on it. And I understand like people's ethos behind it. Like I've we're a brand, we've got image rights, like all those things. But like, I see the Ryder Cup as bigger than golf. Like it unites people, it unites countries, continents, and I think like it should be. And I think it was. And I hope it doesn't stay that long forever, but it might. But it kind of still brings back like true love of the game. It's there. It's what you're playing for something bigger, like than just money. That's my view.
Amen to that. I mean, you two are so different in so many ways,
and
which
like,
is
look,
great, right?
Look at like Lee Trevino, ultimate golf legend. He'd be like, walk out, and be like, oh, well, how much money am I making today? That's nothing wrong with that. That's just not my driver.
That's what me and Azza are like. You know, if I'm like quite a few, like say 10 back, but still like can get into like the top 10, I'm like, come on, Azza, like, let's make some money, let's payday, you know. So still use it as a motivation.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Any more questions?
Well, I'm going to go on seeing as we've got the 18th and Pebble here, and Charley hit quite an iconic shot on the 18th and Pebble from under the tree. I think we ought to see both of these two take on.
Ooh,
who wants to see that?
All right.
So I'm working on my swing.
Where was it located, Charley?
Huh?
Where was it located? You'll know.
About where my balls just landed.
No, I meant like under the tree.
How far did you have?
I had to. It was right under the tree, like about 3 yards behind it. Right. The wind was into off the left, and I had to like hit it like that close to the tree.
Wow.
So we're looking like something like that, or a bit further right?
No.
Bit further back and right?
Further back and further right.
When you play social golf, do you like to have a bet on the course?
I don't actually like playing.
Yeah.
Make it so like it means something.
Yeah, but I don't like playing for money. I'd rather play for like a bad, like hard challenge. Do you know what I mean? Like 100 burpees.
100 burpees.
It was actually a bit
You and
further.
Kate really are you.
It was actually further right than that and back, like that way a little bit. I had to hit it like that close to the tree.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna have to.
About where the dice is now. Yeah.
There you go. That right? A bit further back.
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
Not tough enough.
Yeah. And then, but the thing was, because it was.
How far we got flag?
265.
Yeah, I had about. Yeah, but I had it. It was into the wind a little bit.
So was it driver?
No, I hit 3-wood.
By the way, new 3-wood.
Oops.
Yeah, I'm not officially allowed to talk about that head because the embargo doesn't lift until.
Well, I mean, you're not talking about it. Charley, if you want to talk about it.
I don't know where I'm allowed to.
Oh, right.
Sorry. That's fine.
Good answer.
265.
So yeah, I had to hit like a trap draw because I had
you went right of it.
I had to start right in the tree because.
Then your ball's gonna have to go.
She had to draw it off the right, but it was
yeah, I had to draw it off the right edge to trap draw it to get
you.
But because the wind was off the left, so I could trap draw it a lot, and then
hold it. Yeah. Okay.
Maybe just make sure it's aiming at the pin. It's deciding to lay you up. There we go.
Then. I'll get out of the way.
But there's no wind this time, is there?
I can change it.
I'm rubbish hitting woods off mats, by the way. So.
Yeah, it looks.
Yeah, it looks rotten.
Looks
doesn't
terrible.
Does it reach?
Let's just hope that clap is as good as the shot.
Go! No.
Oh, that's because there wasn't.
But that's where I hit it. But I pitched it.
Great shot.
So I carried it, but it was when it was in actual real life, it was actually really like scary because if I blocked it a little bit, like the tiniest bit that you wouldn't even notice if there was not a tree there, it was hitting the tree and probably go behind me, and I looked so silly.
How you feeling about this, Todd?
Well, are you fading it?
Yeah, see, like, because 265, I can just hit a normal shot really, but just fade it a touch. Come on. Whereabouts?
This is
serious now. Whereabouts does this like?
If you block it a yard, you're hitting the tree.
Yeah, no, I get that. I meant like obviously on the mat.
Dead down the line.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I like this. This is prepping for the comp that's going to start in a couple of minutes. Yeah, I like that.
Oh,
I always balled it.
Oh, I've pulled it. Yeah, that's in the water, that.
Oh, no.
That's got
You're going
That's right. Get out of your system now. It's still a nice shot, though. Still a nice shot. The 269 carry. Well, hopefully, there's been a few nuggets in there. Got time for one more.
Who's it going to be?
Anyone?
Go for it, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
We might as well go for one for the road, eh?
So just to both of you, what's your favourite course in the world and why?
Pebble.
Good question.
Is it?
Yeah, because like I was growing up watching like Tiger Woods and everyone around it, and then I got to play the US Open there, and I played really well, and it was just like such a fun week, and I loved it. And it's got so many good views on the golf course. So when it is a slow round of golf, you've got loads to look at.
For me, it's the old course. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Why?
Because it's way harder than what people actually think. Like, oh, just hit it left all day. Like,
Depends what wind.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck getting near the flag.
Yeah.
I'll leave that. Yeah, you've got to get down the right. And yeah, I just like. There's something for me iconic about playing into a town. Like I love playing North Berwick. That you play into the town on 18.
And it's funny that the whole 18th and first kind of symptom, right? It's like
and it's the easiest first shot in golf.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, but it's like you could hit such a bad shot and make yourself look so silly.
Yeah, which is mad. Yet you can stand on another golf course that's super tree lined and tight and go, well, that's no problem.
Yeah, but then you just think, oh, it's that tight, like everyone's going to hit it. Like,
bad shot, letting go again, right? Yeah. All right.
What's your favourite course?
Kingston Heath in Melbourne.
That's a beauty.
It's incredible. Yeah. It's incredible.
I love Sunningdale Old though, I do.
Yeah, that's good. What's yours, Simon?
Mine would be Cypress Point in the States.
I just pick
that one up. Yeah.
and actually over here, St George's Hill, where I play.
Yeah. All right. Well, so thank you for all your questions. Really appreciate that. So now we're going to partner up. Todd and I are going to take on Charley and Simon. We're going to play 3 par 3s from Casa de Campo in the Dominican Republic. This is the first one. There's a little bit of water kicking around. Charley's up first, which is nice to see. Nearest the pin, bless you. 3 par 3s, and then we are doing straightest drive, and then we're going to play a little foursome with Charley and Simon and us.
Perfect. Wait, how many holes?
I hope you've got strong shoulders.
Oh, see the speed you're packing.
165, is it?
165. They've been hitting balls for the last hour. This could all get very serious.
Do you find aiming on
that's what I asked. I find it so hard.
I would be aiming if that was that pin. I'd be aiming over here.
Whereabouts?
You can still aim over there. It'll pick that
I know,
up.
but I don't want to hit the.
No, that's all right.
So they're aimed pretty dead.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, edge of the mat. Cool.
Oh, that was lovely.
It's a little bit right.
What club have you got there, Charley?
Draw.
Do you 8 or 7?
I hit 7.
It's got a draw.
Oh, nice shot.
Partners go.
It's random order.
Oh, is it?
It's random. Is it? It's not me up next, is it?
It's you next, yeah.
Oh,
you're up, Stu.
Oh, fucking hell. What have you? What? Oh, no.
Can you get me a drink of water, please?
Oh, no.
Yeah,
no.
just a water, thanks.
How far is it? 65. 65. Here we go. Yeah. Hold on tight.
Touch right.
That was nice.
Oh.
By about an inch.
Yeah.
It's a pity that's drifting right, Stuart.
I know.
Oh, same as me.
Does he get a breakfast ball?
Must be strong wind off the left.
Yeah, it must be. Must have been.
Oh, it's me.
Must have been. Well.
Who's winning?
Nobody's hit the green. Well, that was closer, I think. Was that not closer? Or is this up in the top?
Yeah.
20. Yeah. I've had it closer
about a foot and a half at the moment.
10th in the world.
Virgin green top.
Come on, anyone.
Come on, Todd.
Yeah, come on.
Come on, Todd. I just worry about the power of Simon's cardigan. Oh, have you pulled it, Todd?
No, it's
perfect.
perfect.
Am I aiming too far left?
Have you pulled it?
It's pretty good, no?
Looks like you've hit it miles in the water back.
Stay down. Get down.
No, that was perfect. There you
beautiful.
go.
Oh, beautiful.
It looked like
beautiful.
when you was coming in, I thought it was carrying.
Come on.
Yeah.
Was you at 9?
I tried to cut an 8.
Little feathery 8 in. Hell of a cardigan, isn't it?
It's growing on me.
Is it?
Yeah. I think it'd suit you, Stu.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Was cutting?
No, yeah.
Oh really?
It was. Well, that's one up to the good guys. One up to the good guys. Where's the applause? Come on. We may only get one applause. All right.
Stu.
Oh no, 230. I mean,
Is that what it is?
shut the front door.
What's the carry to the front?
No. Ads.
Where's Adam when you need him?
Rough.
Wow. 214.
214. Oh.
220. 230 pin.
214. That's too.
That's nice. That's decent. That. What a shot this is, by the way.
That's lovely.
God. What'd you hit there, Stu?
Hit 4.
That's a great shot.
Oh. Oh.
There we go.
There you go.
And that, my friends, is good coaching. Anyway, let's not go on about that. Let's not go on about that. Todd, we could be getting in nice and early here with a couple of decent shots.
Well, you've hit the first decent shot.
Well, you're just going to improve on that.
230. Come on, some. Oh, pulled it.
Oh.
That's bullet. At
Bullet straight, that. Great shot. Get down, maybe.
It's got it
Get
down, I
down.
think. Yeah. That's gone miles, by the way.
It's the adrenaline.
You had a flyer.
Yeah.
Oh, nice shot, though. Todd. Straight on the dance floor.
Oh, no, it's you now. Sorry.
Simon next.
Thought it was me.
Nice shot there, Todd. Both on the green, eh?
Yeah, I
From
know.
6 there, I know. Eh? It's nice.
Oh, just look at that.
Nice that full carbon head. It's nice that. That's lazy.
That was nice.
Nice looking shot there. Let's hope it's not too long. Last thing we want is going long. Going long. We want to go long. We want to go long.
Oh, that's a great
We
shot.
want to go long. Nice shot. Very good. Very good. Very good.
Winning.
Wasn't in the soup, I'll take that.
No, exactly.
It's leading.
Is that leading?
Yeah.
Is it? Oh. Disaster. Oh, that's nice as well. That's got a little bit of a draw on it. That's tight. Oh.
Sit down.
Yeah, nice
Great
shot.
shot.
Nice shot. Hey?
How far away is that?
How are those 4 shots going, by the way?
37.
Ooh, 1-1.
1-1. Well done. Is that you,
Nice
Simon?
work, Si.
Is that you, Simon? Nice job.
Oh, it's
Well,
me.
I need a bit
Alright.
warming up underneath this
Yeah,
sweaty.
yeah, clearly.
189.
189. Heck of a course this. Have you played it? Have you
No,
played
it's
Castacamp?
unbelievable.
Yeah, Teeth of the Dog. It's a
What country is this in?
Dominican Republic.
Dominican.
We've got Pete Dye golf course. Teeth of the Dog, top 10 in the world, this one.
Is it?
Yeah.
They go out 3 courses there?
3, yeah. Pete, Bill and I have been there. We've parted.
It's a big 7-9 here.
But you haven't injured your other knee dancing out there, have you?
Gone
Bill?
7-9. You're still fading this, Todd?
Yeah, I'm going to just try and slight draw it. Here we go.
Right. Oh. Too much?
I think it's pretty
Oh,
good.
okay.
Looks pretty good.
Should be
Yeah.
pretty good, that. Unless I've hit the wrong ball. Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, great.
Very good.
Great. Not Czech Masters champion for no reason,
No.
mate, Todd, eh? Hey.
Wish I played like that earlier.
What did you shoot earlier?
Like 1 under or something, but played it way full.
At Beaverbrook.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a field.
Did you say you played it way forward?
Yeah, we played for the Whites. Played awful. No rough.
Was it wet?
Pick and place in the rough. I played terrible.
Was it wet?
No, bone dry.
Nice looking shot.
Without the
Nice
rough,
looking
it's like a
shot.
bit of a
Bit of
field.
fade. What was that, Simon? Was that 6? 7, 6. Yeah.
How far is it?
89.
189. Where you going with Charlie?
6.
So to a back left flag like that, just still stop draw for you? You won't mess around with ball flight? Always the same?
Yeah, I kind of, I just hit it normal.
Nice.
That wins, I reckon.
Hang on, Todd, I haven't hit my shot yet.
That's pretty good, that.
Oh, no.
What did you hit there, Todd?
That's 7.
Who's hit it
What was that?
closest?
We'll find out in a sec. Come on,
That's
Stuart.
close, I'm not quite sure.
No, I
Yeah.
can't remember. Mine was I?
So, what was I?
18.
18. Boom.
Oh, no. That wasn't good.
Is there one more par 3 after this? Was it just, or is it 3? No, was it 3 of this? Yeah. Oh yeah.
That wasn't good.
Ooh.
Oh, never
That wasn't
mind.
good. My partner done it all. My partner done it.
Who is it? Who is it? One. Let's see.
Oh, and 50%. Yeah.
Hey. Well done.
2-1.
Never mind.
Got hit right.
Well done. Well done. Well done.
All right, well done. Yes, oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, well
Well
done.
done.
Yeah. And now we're doing a little straightest drive, I think, aren't we? A little straightest drive. Eh? No little chippy ones down there
No,
either.
full send.
Charlie.
Full send.
Full send. Full send.
We're going nearest the line.
And then what we're doing after this?
And then we're playing a little foursomes. We're going to play the first hole at Wentworth.
Oh, okay, nice.
The first hole. Your favourite course? You've got
Yeah, great,
good
yeah.
memories
I like
there.
Wentworth.
Yeah, good memories there.
The greens are so pure there, aren't they?
Sub air is
Like,
unbelievable.
I see the Point Green the other day. Yeah, I was down there, and it was just like back in
So
summer.
good. Oh, so good. Come on, then. Straightest drive.
Straightest drive.
Side total, like it.
Oh, can we not have club speed up there and stuff like that?
Yeah,
Can
yeah,
we
we'll get rid of the-
get rid of all that. Yeah.
Thanks.
There's only one number than that.
Who's first? Shall I go or?
Here we go. Side
Yeah, go on.
total.
Go on. Give it a rip. Is there anything that you'd do if you've got to find the fairway, Charlie? Anything you do in your game?
Nah, just
Rip it.
yeah,
Got
just
it.
hit it. Just trust my
Love
line.
it.
Trust my line.
Just hit
I always look where the side to
the
miss
side
it is.
for it,
I always look where the side to miss it is.
Right.
Yeah.
And then just hit it down the middle.
Yeah, like if I don't want to miss it right, I'll aim a little bit further right and then trap it off it.
Right.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
And if I don't want to miss it left, again the other way. Did it not pick it up?
Yes,
Well,
I
it
did.
did.
It was having to think
32
about it.
foot right.
Having to think about it.
It didn't seem like it flew like correctly, did it?
It got it.
Must
It
be
just
the
it just had
animation.
it was just the animation.
280.5 total then.
It's about right, isn't it?
Yeah.
How far would you carry it?
280.
260?
I don't know. I ain't got a clue. Depends what country I'm in, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, same.
Very nice.
I can usually carry about 260 is my minimum carry, but I only went
Right, Simon,
240.
as you're on the
Strange.
team,
You mean next?
yeah, we're team and team.
How
right,
many
you know.
off the right is it?
32.
32 feet right. 32 feet
I always
right.
find hitting a driver off mats is a lot harder for me with my feet. You know, like in the ground and that. Like if I was hitting off this, I find it a lot easier. Because yeah, there's two. Yeah.
Oh.
You get it?
Yeah, got it.
Oh.
Double crossed it.
The adrenaline, it's the adrenaline. Todd, I'm gonna go
Come on,
first.
yeah, come on.
I'm gonna leave it to you. We've got 32
Cord
feet.
as well, or is it all the track?
32 feet to
Yeah.
beat. I feel
I like it.
we've got that in us, you know.
Blame the cardigan. I like the team blame.
Yeah, blame the cardigan. Yeah.
Oh, it's good.
Ah.
I don't even need to go. What?
16 feet.
There you go.
Shortest hitter though.
Fairways,
it?
isn't it? It's
Yeah.
fairways.
He's-
How many?
You've got to find something to criticise him for. I'm dressing up like a canary when I'm in.
So how many off, was that? Is that now the closest one?
Yeah,
16
16 feet.
So
It was a
like-
bit high off the face. That's why I had a little bit of run on it. You know.
I could be an idiot here, but T, come on, Si.
Twist in.
Go on.
So do you do this every once a month? Do you?
We do a Monday night live every Monday at 6 o'clock. Yeah, just for an hour.
Yeah.
It's normally just Simon and I and James. So yeah, we do that. throw it out
It's
to
quite
questions.
different with it's a bit more intimidating with about 80 eyes on you.
Absolutely, yeah. The bay feels all of a sudden much smaller.
That was nice.
Don't actually know. Left. Should be pretty good.
29 foot. Very good. 317. Only the 317 though.
Yeah,
Perfect.
all right. It's all right. It's been
29
wide though,
carry.
wasn't it? 29 feet left. Well done, Todd. You want to get...
We're losing.
Right, so let's get the foursome down the first on the Wentworth.
First Wentworth,
On the
okay.
Wentworth, yeah. Little foursome. Do you want to take the tee shot or the second shot?
Ladies first.
Like,
Oh yeah, we'll let them. Do you want to take? Do you want to take? Oh, because it's a foursome. Do you want the tee shot or do you want the second shot?
I'll hit the tee shot, yeah?
I mean, I'm just
Based on that last one, I think that's a very
It might
good
be a
idea.
long way back for you.
Perfect.
but anyway,
Perfect.
yeah.
Let's do it. I like it.
What's the most intimidating opening tee shot on tour for ladies?
No.
I'm not
To me,
intimidated by it.
no, to me, Tour Championship
Really?
last week, well, about 3 weeks ago, it's a wide fairway, but it's just then bush and bush. And I always used to crap my pants before I get on that tee shot. The year I won there before in 2016, and the year I come second about 3 years ago, I took a 7 on the first hole because I'd lost my ball and then lost my other ball. So I was 2 over after the first hole, but then finished 20 under for the week. So I was pretty happy, but every time I go to that first tee shot, I poop my pants.
You must love Tour Champs with 11 million up for grabs.
Yeah,
don't you?
terrible.
Yeah, no, I really like that. Then it's really fun.
Do you want me to aim it anywhere other than that's right down the middle of the fairway at the moment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't block that, but that for some reason looks like I hit it
It's in
right.
the fairway,
it's
no?
kind of-
Looks pretty
Really?
good now.
And what's the most intimidating tee shot on tour for you?
Good question. The French National's got to be tough.
The opening tee shot.
Opening tee shot there. That's not easy.
Yeah.
Didn't quite strike it. Bit hit my.
I'm trying to think if you're going
arm.
off. I'm just
I'm very
going through
grateful
it.
for where I'm playing my shots from there. So what is it about the US courses that you feel suits your game better?
I don't get a lot of run on my golf ball, so I find I usually carry it quite far, and I can carry a lot of the bunkers. That's the way American golf is. And then also I find the Rustic, they're a bit longer golf courses.
Does that reach the track?
And I quite like that. Do you know what I mean?
Go right. Go right.
Oh, it's right
Yeah,
there.
we're all right. We're all right, Todd. We're all right, Todd.
I'm there. That's where I usually am anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, it's from the middle of the lawn. Pin's middle of the green.
So if you're just tuning in, we're going to have some questions for you guys asking Todd and Charlie. So hang around, plenty to come your way.
Where are we? 193. Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh.
Fade, baby.
go.
Fade. Fade, baby.
Absolutely.
that's
There he
delicious.
is. Now,
There he goes.
we don't putt either, do we?
No.
It just gives you a close
That jumper's
position.
finally coming to
There
his
you
own.
go.
Nice shot. Nice shot. Nice shot. Yeah, man. Okay, we need
Question,
that.
I'm not really a sim person. Like, does the rough have an impact?
Yeah.
So you've got down the bottom left,
Okay.
power 89 to 94%,
okay.
spin 70 to 85%.
In my swim studio at my house, I just use it for the range. You know, just on the range, or do like that skills test because I find it so hard to play golf
5%,
course.
like 8 yards.
So one of the stats from you recently is your
Up 9 feet.
greens and reg out the rough
Yeah.
is one of the highest on tour.
Ah.
So I think out the fairway you hit 80% of greens,
Yeah.
80.1% of greens out the fairway, and I think that's about, I want to say about 10th or 12th, but you're about 5th out of the rough at like 58%.
Ah.
Is there anything about how do you approach those shots a particular way? Or
I
is
don't know. I just find I use blades, so I don't know whether they just go through the grass a bit better.
retain a bit more spin?
Probably, yeah. That's what it is.
These are just tactics. to try
Yeah,
and
no,
push
no.
it.
But like, if you were to actually like, Charlie's a long hitter, right? So she obviously can get more club on the ball, and she obviously hits it further up the hole, right? So if I would suspect that Charlie would be a better rough player because of just how far she hits it.
I do have like quite strong wrists, but about when I was 16, I fractured my wrist there, and then back in 2017, I fractured that bone again, a week before a major, and 7 days after I went back and it healed straight away. but I feel like I've just got really strong wrists. So when I'm hitting out the rough and everything, I find like I'm not scared to hit down and go into it. Do you know what I mean? Like it's quite.
Yeah, no, that's
especially coming out the heather. You know when we played, when we played a lot of heather in like junior golfing.
Yeah.
I'll just hack it out the heather all the time.
Come on, Todd.
Are we up, are we?
Yeah, we're up. 193.
Yeah.
It's going to lose about 6 to 7% of power.
Okay. So that's
Then lower spin.
Then lower spin.
Yeah,
then lower spin.
I'm going to try and cut an 8 iron. 8 iron, 6 iron.
Cut 6 iron.
Yeah, come on.
A bit disappointed in myself putting him in the rough, but you know.
Yes.
He can work with it. He can work with it. Oh. Come on, baby.
That was quite nice.
Come on, baby. 13 foot 9 inches to beat.
Do you think he's competitive?
Bounce up! Bounce up! Oh, go on!
Oh, such a shame. Mind you.
That was nice.
This isn't closest to the pin. You might have to hit a chip. We got auto putt.
Yeah.
Did auto putt give it to us?
Come on then.
Yeah, we got
You're
a
up
chip.
in a minute.
Yeah, okay. we could.
You can chip in, it's down to you.
Yeah, could chip in.
I was supposed to say chipping on a sim is about the hardest bit of it. I think.
Yeah.
Come on,
chip
how
in.
far is it? 8 yards.
They're chipping onto the sim, so you know, would you be chipping actually into the thing?
No,
or
you've
would
got
it
to
short?
You got to
Short?
feel it like
It's got to
it's
be
8
back.
yards.
There you go.
Nice.
How far is it from the ball to the screen?
5 yards.
There you go. Okay.
Right, so just a little
One
bit.
foot, 1 yard short.
Yeah.
Flop shot.
Huh.
It's good. It's
Oh.
good. Oh!
Do they hold it?
Did it go in?
Oh! Yes!
And that, my friends, is good coaching.
Every dog,
You're
every
such
dog
a
has
prick.
their day.
Oh, come on now, Charlie. Let's all be friends here. Well, hopefully.
Let me see whether we hole out.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we hole out.
But it's not going to give you a hole out as I've just chipped in, is it? Surely.
Let's wait.
Wouldn't
for
be
it.
wouldn't be that cruel.
Auto
2 putts
two,
par.
two putts.
Gutting.
I think we got. He's fiddled it. He's definitely fiddled it.
Just the winners. Just the winners.
These simulators are ridiculous.
Yeah, anyway, look. So we're gonna move over to the discs now, and if we've got any questions that the audience would like to ask, we are open to that too. So this is what usually happens on a Monday Night Live, that I have to balance both of these and see me fumble around on them.
So we take the questions in from online.
Can I hit this design shot?
Absolutely, absolutely.
I've got a big game tomorrow, so I'm trying to like practice.
Practice.
No, at Wellingborough Golf Club right now I have.
Getting called in, so.
No, I don't know. Probably for an ice bar.
Let's start on the Precision Golf channel. Goodness me, we've got a few people asking. Let's pick one at random. Okay, Niels Axelson, he's a regular to the show, so let's ask one from him. Charley Hole,
Yep.
You're known for playing with such natural flow and instinct.
Mm-hmm.
When you're in competition on Sunday, how do you balance staying true to your fast pace whilst also managing the heightened pressure?
I think if I don't keep to my fast pace, then that's when the pressure will get to me. So I just want to carry on going with the flow. Yeah.
So when you're playing with someone that's super slow, how do you deal with that?
I just kind of like plan the stuff that I'm going to do when I'm home, or just like I don't know, like just random stuff, like talk to my caddy.
Yeah.
Play a bit
when the caddy comes in to kind of
play a bit of Candy Crush on my phone.
So let's have another question here. If you're on the range, how many balls are you hitting? I go through buckets of balls and love it, but I do start to end up with sore hands. How many balls would you, if you're going to go down, right, today is the day that I'm putting in a graph with the coach. I mean, we see on Insta, like, you are beating balls a fair amount.
I don't actually, a big range session for me is 50 balls, so I don't actually hit a lot of balls. I'd rather go on the golf course and practice it.
Right. And
It varies, like, if I'm being brutally honest, it varies in terms of what I'm trying to do. So if it's like a technical actual change, like I hit hundreds. Like,
what are you talking about, hundreds? 3, 4, 5?
Probably 200, probably.
200, yep.
Like, but then it also can be like, Charlie, it could be 20 balls, like I'm just doing like a performance test. It could be just like warm up for going to play. Like it can really vary depending on where my game's at.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Any questions from the audience? Any? No. TJ Newman says shank is a swear word on the golf course.
Yeah, there's a lot of players that do say that, like don't even say the word. I'm like, I get it.
Yeah. You can look past it. Andrew Marsh, Charlie talked about a trap draw earlier. What is a trap draw? When you play it, and would you play it? So what is it? What is a trap draw?
Trap draw, I just feel like I'm still striking it, but I'm really squeezing the golf ball.
Yep.
Getting a little bit more extra yardage out of it, and then it's drawing.
Yep. So you're closing the face down,
Yeah.
getting more down on it.
Yeah.
Getting more strength in the face.
Yeah.
De-lofting it, obviously, and making sure the ball curves right to left.
I think this is the thing, polarised you two.
Yeah,
I mean, you're so analytical, but you're great at it. You know, you understand the swing mechanics and what you're trying to achieve. Yet yourself, you're just like
I can't really tell someone how I hit a draw.
No.
It's because when I was younger, my dad used to make me go to my top of my backswing, and they would shout draw, fade, high, low. So when I used to get to my top of my backswing, then I had to do it from there. Like not before I hit the shot. So yeah, like that's I just feel it.
Feel thing for you, or do you? Sorry, I have to picture the shot. If I almost like see the flight like on one of the sims.
No, just feel it. Just feel it. Yeah.
Thomas Millard says, do you change every time new clubs are released, or have you stuck with previous year's clubs?
As I'm with TaylorMade, I have to like change every year, but I still do like my old rescue wood. Currently just trying to find the driver. We're tweaking it a little bit to get into it. But my irons, I love blades. I've always played with blades, and I'll never change from blades.
This set of blades you've got here, are these a current model?
Yeah, they're the current model, but I just got a brand new set about 3 weeks ago after my final event. Just needed some fresh ones because I've chipped that just there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know where I hit that the other day, but yeah.
And what about you, Todd?
No,
Your tightest man?
Yeah, I don't have to change, but no, I don't. I find like 3 woods and 5 woods. Sorry, I should have a camera. 3 woods and 5 woods. I think really unique club you're looking for. Obviously, a 3 wood you want to hit great off the deck, but great off the tee. It's quite universal. So when I find one, I keep it for a long time until it like breaks. Same as the 5 wood. You know, I know some of my friends like Blandy had his, but like I don't even know what it was. Wasn't even playing golf, but he had it for 18 years, right?
Right.
But then there's like some that can change all the time. It varies, but I don't change that often though. I had the same set of irons for the whole season, as you can probably tell in the battered.
Yeah.
And that model is a current model as well?
Yeah, obviously Titleist bring out irons every 2 years, right? So not every year, but you change when they first come out. I've been using them, and I don't expect to change.
When you do go through a change, what sort of process do you guys go through? Are you looking? Is it very specific in terms of this is what my clubs did? I want something that changes it this way. Or
I think
is it
with irons, it's more of a feel thing. Like I like looking down at a blade. I would never. If someone gave me a cavity club, I'd think it's an insult. Like we used to get so much stick at the golf clubs as juniors for using. We call them hackers clubs. Like we do hackers clubs, like generally hackers clubs. So I was learned being brought up with a 1-iron blade. I remember the old Mizuno, and I hit that. I nearly used it in the British Open a few years ago before I started with TaylorMade. But yeah, I just think it's good to be a good ball striker. But then when it comes to like drivers and stuff, I find it kind of hard to switch over because you've got such confidence when you've got a good club in the bag. Then you've got to then rebuild it again, and it can sometimes take a little while.
So that must be hard when you have to make a change.
Yeah.
And we've seen it from players over the years where the new models come out, like TaylorMade. Take Dustin for example, with the Sim 2, went back to Sim 1. Yeah. Because actually with his fade, the weight further back made him draw it, and he won the fade. So when you're the big name player and you're kind of contracted to change, that must be very, very hard.
Yeah, but Adrian, who's like the main club fitter in TaylorMade, he does an unbelievable job. Like he always gets me into the club. He's the best, honestly. So I trust him with my life, and I'm going out to Dubai at the beginning of the year to work on it. I think my coach Matt will be out there as well. So you want to be hitting it really pure when you test in the club. I find because then you get a truer reading of the golf club because then you know it's not you. Do you know what I mean?
Then when you're changing, what's the process?
Yeah, so it depends what you're looking for, right? So like if you're going to change that set of irons, it's got to be what changes you're trying to make to your game. What more do you want to get out of it, right? So like my view is if it's not broken, don't change, right?
Exactly.
But like if they bring out an iron, and I don't think they will, but if they bring out an iron that's going to hit it higher or going to do something that I want, then I might change. And it's the same as like Charlie. Like I think the driver and the I find it so hard to find one that I really trust, got real belief in. So then just switch because it's new. What am I really gaining? What 1-2 mile an hour ball speed?
Richard Skinner says Charley is awesome.
Oh, thank you.
You must hear that a lot, though, right? You've just come back from a trip to the US with TaylorMade and doing some work with the man himself, right? The GOAT, Tiger.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was me, Tiger, Rory.
Yeah, Rory. Yeah.
Scotty, Tommy, Colin, Nelly, and Brooke, and we all have like this whole TaylorMade like testing day. Yeah. It's really cool, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's good.
And so when you're in that company, because that's, I mean, I can't imagine. Well, there's no other lady tour players in that arena, right? You are the one, and I'd have to say, I think we all probably agree here that ladies golf is nothing without you. You know, you really are an aspirational figure for, I think, men, juniors, ladies, because you play it with such flair and flow. To be in that kind of company, you must pinch yourself, no?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I don't really get starstruck around people. Like, I think if I was to have met Muhammad Ali when he was alive, that would be the one person that starstruck me. Really? I have, like my dream four would be Tiger Woods, Muhammad Ali, and Steven Gerrard. What was your one question that you had for Tiger? Anything that sprung out? No, I just asked him to sign an autograph for my friend. That was it. No way. I made out it was for me because I didn't want him to be like, no, but I was just I've never asked no one for an autograph. I was like, please, can you sign this? I was so nervous, but he was so nice. He was really cool. He was really, really nice, and they're all really nice, and he's just a legend, Tiger is. Yeah. Were you impressed by his game? He didn't really hit many, obviously, because he was just recovering, but it was just pretty cool to have the GOAT there. Yeah, for sure. That actually answered a question that someone asked and said that it was based on seeing you at Walton Heath and how you inspired so many youngsters, and who inspired you and who would be your dream four ball. So who inspired you when you were young, and who would be your dream? That's a good, obviously for me, Tiger's definitely up there. I mean, my dad would be there, like someone that brought me into the game. And then my third would just be Thierry Henry, my footballing idol. Like, I don't even support Arsenal, but it's just an absolute. I would include my dad, but I'd get my dad to be on the bag. Actually, no, you know what? I wouldn't play. I'd like them four to play, and I'd be on the bag of my dad. That'd be perfect. I'd be too nervous to play with them. So who inspired you? Nick Fowler. When I was a kid. Sebi was my idol growing up, Sebi Ballesteros. He played the game with so much passion and flair. There's so much fun. Why you play the way you do? I don't know. It's a swashbuckling, it's a go get it kind of game. I don't mean to be like that. I'm a very twitchy person. Like, I have so many twitches on the golf course, and I don't even know what I do. I have this weird thing where I tap my head, and I never knew about that. I'd done it until people comment on my pictures on Instagram saying, "Why do you whack the back of your head for?" And I'm like, I don't even know that I do that. It's just I am what I am. If you like it or lump it, do you know what I mean? Amen to that. Yeah, amen to that. We've got Mark Blass 49 asks, greetings from LA. How do you cope with severe jet lag? Great question. I actually don't get jet lag, so I'm very, very good with jet lag. I'm the best. I'm the best with jet lag. Like, literally, I'll get up in the morning if I've got say a morning flight, do a gym session, get on the plane. Like, with jet lag, it all revolves around your sleeping involves around your eating. So I will not eat on the plane because the plane food's not that good. Make sure you drink 3 or 4 litres of water. I usually just get on the plane, take a sleeping pill, which is not good, but we have the right ones I'm allowed to take, because of the drug test and stuff, we're allowed them. Take them, crash out. I literally would land, go straight off the plane, straight and do another gym session, and then go sleep for the night, and then I'm straight into the time zone. Yeah, I know. Got to follow that. Yeah. But like, if you was to land 7 o'clock at night in America, you should then eat your dinner. Do you get what I mean? Like, it's all around your. I know the F1 teams tried to stay on. Tried to stay on UK time because they're all based it. Yeah, so like, I was actually funny enough. I've just come across this new app, Time Shifter. Good plug for it, but and I pay for it. But it like you input your flight, and it just tells you like how you can use caffeine, light, blue light glasses. Really? Yeah. Then like it says it on there, like, don't hold me to it, but like it's like a NASA program for their obviously astronauts. So like they use that, and it really helped me. Do you sleep well on planes? Yeah, so I can just sleep on a plane. Me too. No problem, like, I flew from Dubai to Miami. It was a couple of years ago in Georgia. Horse, my best friend. So I'm so excited, mate. We're both flying together. We're both like in business. She was like, we can go up and have like food and this and that. I was like, yeah. She wakes me up with an hour to go. She goes, you're unbelievable. It was a 17-hour flight. You've set 16 hours. Like, I thought we was gonna like do face mask and everything. I was like, sorry, George. She goes, you're gonna be awake all night. I got there and fell asleep again for 12 hours. Like, literally, I couldn't do that. I literally can sleep. I love sleeping. So we've got horse racing legends. There we go. What is Todd's driver and ball speed without going after it too much?
I cruise about 174. That's roughly, yeah. It's like my PB's 181, and I'll like obviously outside today it'll be about 168.
I don't even know what ball speed or the swing speed is.
It just draws.
Yeah.
And what would be the average ballpark of an amateur golfer? Say a single figure golfer, on average. I mean, obviously outlier.
Just around or just over 100, maybe around 100. It's creeping up. You know, so where when I'm not wearing a Christmas cardigan, I can get to about 110. But that used to be long for amateur golf, and now that's properly average for kind of lower handicap golf. So I would say 95 to 100 across the board would be probably where amateurs are now on average for club speed. So about 145 to 150 ball speed.
Very good, very good. And the pro-am side of things when you guys are on tour, I mean, that's something that gives you an opportunity to play the course, of course. How do you find playing with amateur golfers?
I think in America we do it really well. We're playing 5 balls and we only played 9-hole pro-ams. And I think you get more out of the pro that way. Like you play 9 holes with me, and then you play 9 holes, the rest of the 18 holes with another pro. And I think you get more out of the pro that way. And I much prefer that. I think it's a lot better.
Yeah, like, it depends obviously where you are, and there's can be some like language issues. Like I'll be open and honest. But I think like I approach it as like these tournaments wouldn't happen without them. Like in terms of can I give them a reasonably good experience? Like that's one, and then you're obviously doing your own work. But most of the time they're good fun, and you compete, you meet some new people, and you never know who you're going to meet.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. Like the prams in America, they're usually like having cigars, giving them every 3 tee box. Like there's usually a drinking station every 2 holes. Like they have the blast. They're literally out there. My caddy ends up getting drunk more than the rest of the people that are teeing off. But I think he caddies better when he's had a drink.
And so how do you spend your downtime? I mean, you're both keen gym goers. I mean, you don't mind a bit of shopping here and there, do you?
Yeah, like I love going to the gym. Like gym, running, eating healthy is my favourite things to do. And the things that I love doing. I can't really chill. I find it hard to chill, but I don't know. Like I just kind of like I don't mind shopping, but I find shopping boring. Like I like shopping by myself. I just get in what I want and come out.
I suppose the inspiration of having your gym at home now and a hitting suite is something that...
Yeah, I've just had an indoor gym studio built, an indoor hitting, got GC quad, and everything, and I've got a putting green, I've got a sauna out there, and got an ice bath as well, so I've just literally been living in it the last few days.
And downtime?
So I'm season ticket West Ham for my sins, so I enjoy it. So I'm actually going tomorrow.
Right.
But yeah, so I'm a keen cyclist.
Are you?
Yeah, I
so
do.
Love the whole life.
Yeah, actually, we was in LA. What was we? We was in LA. I think it was this year or last year.
This year,
and because Todd's girlfriend Olivia plays on LPGA, and I swear I see Todd in his speed. Was it like Speedos or something, weren't they? And then tight,
You like that?
And I said to Olivia, I said, "What is he wearing?" She goes, "I find it quite sexy." I was just like,
there we go.
There you go. Gold there.
I started laughing.
It's awful, but yeah.
So tell us, when's next time you're going to be out on tour?
For me, I'm the Dubai Desert Classic, middle of January.
Majorist?
Yeah.
And mine is the first week of February in back in America in Bradenton. So it's nice to have a few weeks off, like good old Christmas off.
Yeah.
Actually, some of the flights, the area schedules for the girls is a lot tougher than the guys. The guys on like DP will have they'll have a Middle East swing, then there'll be Asia swing, and then there'll be kind of Northern Europe. Whereas you seem to be flying from Korea to America.
Yeah, sometimes it's because I have to play and sponsors things on the LET. Like I don't actually really play on the LET, but I just go and play. If Golf in Saudi sponsor event, I'll go and play. So I could be in America and then have to fly there, which is a bit of a long way, but it's all worth it, and at least I don't get jet lag.
I think what would be really nice is to wrap this up with a couple of what's in the bags.
Yeah.
A few of the guys have asked what's in the bag.
One of hers you can't talk about.
Yeah, so we'll just...
We'll overview that one. That's all right.
There are a couple of new woods in the bag that we're not allowed to talk about.
I play
let's have a little what's in the bag.
That.
Yeah. I mean, I'm in your wavelength in terms of not knowing anything about equipment.
So that is P7MB, blade, muscle blade, weight in the middle, modus 125, which is actually 128 grams, mid balance, bit of response in the tip, stable feel under the handle.
You're a bit distressed about that.
Much
I know how I've done it because I think I was on the range the other day and there was like a real bare patch. I like hitting off like mud sometimes and I think I hit a rock. Yeah, that's what I play with.
That'll buff out. That'll buff out.
Yeah.
What about the driver and the wedges there, Simon? What's going on with the wedges?
So the MG4 50-degree matching, actually slightly more tip balance shaft in the wedges.
Okay.
Do you prefer playing with a bit of like kind of feel for the club head in the wedges?
I don't know. Just know that, like,
love that.
It's just what Adrian gives me.
Love that.
They work. Who cares?
Yeah.
So brilliant.
And
they're actually brand new wedges, but I played golf the last few days and I forgot to I don't really clean my clubs when I play golf.
Where's
the
that?
caddy?
Yeah. My key thing is before I go out to an event, I get my clubs the day before as muddy as I can make them, right? So then when I first give them to me, I have to spend about 20 minutes cleaning them.
Clean the grips as well.
So, do you change any of your club setups depending on conditions and courses at all?
No, I just have my little emojis on them.
Yeah, cool. And Todd, will you switch like for an Open Championship kind of style
that's
versus
big,
US?
massive. Yeah, we're obviously fortunate enough to have the tour trucks there most weeks, and every building.
I've actually played with a shaft for like 10 years, and they don't make it no more. So TaylorMade just have to like find it around the world. Like they've only got like 3 of them. And a couple of years ago, I was having a match with like Mason Papple.
Yeah.
And was on the golf course and was losing a money game, so I got my 8-iron, I smashed it against the bag, and then Mason's like, "Chow, I think you've like broke your club." I said, "No, I haven't. Look," and I pulled my driver head off, and it just went flying. I was like, "Oh my god!" Rang TaylorMade up. She was like, "Charley, they don't make that shaft anymore," so I was panicking. Yeah. So I guide it with my life now.
Are we allowed to look at the driver?
It's the old school driver. I haven't changed it yet.
Yeah,
I love this driver. It's my favourite.
Is that the low? I mean, I'm a golf fan, right? So do you use the low spin one?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You can get
low spin, weight slightly heel side. What's the setting on it? What have we got in terms of loft? 8 degree, very slightly lofted up.
Right. Okay.
But you've played. Have you always played a hybrid? So you play a driver forward hybrid?
I used to play a 3-iron until about 5 years ago, and then I started playing that.
Is that due to playing more in the States or more just for a particular shot type of flight?
I think because more in the States actually. Yeah.
You probably aren't going to know, but do you have play up, right, down, up, flat?
I wouldn't know. Sorry.
Love that.
No.
I literally they can test me with clubs. They can have the best numbers on the screen. I do not understand it. And I go outside onto the range and I'd be like, I do not like that. But the numbers are good. Nope. Give me another club and I hit that and I'd be like, not as good numbers in there, but as soon as I get on the golf course, it's way better. I see so many people do that, but like that ball flight's matching my intention. Yeah. It's like I get on the range, I'll hit them as hard as I can, I'll hit them as soft as I can, and I know what shape I hit when I do that. Yeah. And if they don't match what I know, I'm like, no, that's not good.
And is it? I mean, because we chatted a week or so ago about the new driver head and the sound of it, and as that changes with different models, is that
different models like different sound. I think sound is a massive part of your feel.
Yeah, huge.
It's like, has anyone ever chipped with their headphones in?
No.
So if you chip with your headphones in, you don't actually have the feel. Notice next time, and then you take them off and then you can actually feel it. The feel is a lot to do with sound as well.
That's why ball changes are really hard. So like with why some of the players will say, like Luke Donald played in 2017 Pro V1 for years.
He played the 05 one for donkey's years. 12.
The course changes, the sound changes, so your distance control changes. So
it's massive.
Let's have a look at your bag.
A bag of madness. No.
You'll know everything about your bag, won't you?
Well,
so let's start with the wedges. Yes, good. SM9s,
SM10s. I played the 10s, but if you really want to go into it, they're all onset. This I forget every time. Onset makes it more.
Offset sits back, onset sits forward from the hosel.
Oh, say that again.
So offset sits back from the hosel, the leading edge.
Yeah, so they're offset then. Okay. So that makes it more of a square leading edge. From the.
Depends on your eye.
Okay, yeah. Can't remember my mother onset offset, but definitely are. I use the 120 modus.
Yeah.
But I actually play. I mean, if you're going to go on swing weight and stuff, but I would normally play a 60 at like D5.
Yeah.
But I actually have just changed to make it D3 and go D3 across the board, just from chipping feel.
Yeah. Is that so you feel like you can kind of release under?
Yeah. So I don't like the club being too heavy. Mm-hmm. Weird, but it can't feel too heavy, but I still got to feel it.
Yeah. Okay,
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then I go 60, 55, 50, 46, all across the bogeys, just from the wedge the way it performs. And then I use T100 Titleist, and I grind off the 9-iron for more bounce. Just from the way I deliver it, I strike it a bit high out the face, so out the semi you can get a bit too many flyers.
You know the watch you got on, is that a
Chorus.
What's that do?
It's a running watch.
Oh, I thought it was going to tell you the distance.
No,
on the golf course. I was like,
that'd be good, that though, wouldn't it?
yeah, I was like,
One of your caddies, save money.
Yeah, and I used the whole 120 across the whole board.
Yeah.
I have tried stepping it and stuff like that, but no, I've always used it. Again, like I said, it's not broken, don't fix it. So grind it off for more bounce, just so like in terms of it doesn't dig and comes out the saw a bit more.
And it's quite hard when you've played with something for so long. You've got so much confidence in it, even though it's probably not the best thing for you. But you've got the confidence you got in it. You might as well just stay with it. Do you agree with that, Todd?
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
like literally.
Yeah, and then like Jordan Spieth stayed in a 913 driver. You could have gained 10, 15 yards, but as he said, hit the window that he liked.
Yeah.
So he didn't change.
And then my 5-iron's got a bit of lead tape.
A bit of lead tape.
Yeah, can't beat it. Just for like on my peak height when it gets to 4 or 5, iron times just drops off a little bit. So that's to try and assist it to just get a bit more height, more weight at the bottom of the club. Generally should, from the kicking point, should hopefully get it.
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. What's interesting is the grinds on your wedges.
Right. Okay.
Because you're quite low bounce.
Yeah.
Wedges. So is that something you more of someone who kind of nips it off a little bit more?
I mean, just from like obviously these are the ones I've been using. Obviously the back end of the year, I played the sandbelt, low bounce, right? So that's the reason. Like could be in the desert, I play the K grind, 60K, like depending on where I am in the world. But these are the ones I'm using at the moment. And then I have so many clubs. I've got the 4-iron T200 that can fit the gap between the 5-iron and my 5-wood. I've also got the T100 4-iron. I've got an old school U500 3-iron that can
keeps a bit more spin on.
It all depends on it's a numbers game. They all just match numbers, what course I'm playing, and then I've got so many clubs. The QI10 5-wood.
Yep.
TR blue. Yeah, V steel.
That's the core model and the low spin.
Yeah. I like weird how I've always liked to glue in 3-wood 5-wood.
Yeah.
Just to feel and goes back to feel and sound. And I use the same in the 3-wood. And then I use the GT2 driver. This is my main setup. I use.
Nice. What loft is your driver?
8.
And I use the
8. Wow.
IZ6.
I hit it quite spinny. I can hit it quite high my driver, so we have to knock it down a bit.
This doesn't. I mean, I've been told many times it doesn't match them.
So the TR's not too tip stiff, but more mid to butt stiff. So it's kind of much stiffer in the handle from a weave they put in the handle.
Yeah.
But the IZ is more tip responsive. But
Yeah.
I'll retain a bit of spin for you versus.
And I do have the GT 5-wood, but it's this is actually a 6-wood.
Nelly was taking a 6-wood. I think I saw.
I'm not too sure.
I think there was some product testing. I'm pretty sure it was the same time you were over there where she took the head cover off and went, "Oh, it's a 6-wood." I didn't know you get one of those. That's in the bag. Might take the hybrid out.
Yeah.
So what are the aspirations for 2025, Charlie?
Go out there and just try and win as many tournaments as I can and have fun.
Any focus on majors more than anything else?
I always concentrate on majors. I like majors, but just go in there and have fun and try and. My goal for this year was to become an athlete, not just a golfer. So I've done that.
Do you build your schedule around the majors?
Yeah, I do. But then I also build it around. I don't want to miss home too much. So just like 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, and then things that I have, like if things that are going at home, you've got a life outside of golf as well. But majors are my main ones. I always like to play a week before a major. Okay. Because then you kind of build your confidence going in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What about you?
Then you're not nervous being on the first hole.
Yeah, like obviously, I have aspirations to be in contention to win again. Just one, and then like I had fun. I've had a team call with my team earlier, and like we're looking to like push. Obviously, we've got 10 spots for the PGA Tour at the moment, and just being in and around the mix for that really. Top 30 on the race to Dubai would be a nice achievement, a nice small progression.
So the top 10 on the European Tour get their spots for?
The top 10 players that are non-exempt. So Rory won't count, Tommy won't count. So generally it comes down to about 20th, 17th. It was this year, 20th the year before. So as long as you're in the top 20, like you're gonna have a great chance.
Yeah, that's good.
I think we spoke on when we were having a coffee a little while ago, the difference between leaning on your win exemption going into 25 compared to earning your card full rights.
Yeah, for sure. Like,
I mean, mentally, that's a huge difference between the two.
Yeah, like obviously it brought me experience, like I said earlier, it brought me time and gives me time to get experience of the tour and what tournaments I like and don't. And like, last year I felt like in a roundabout way I fully earned my spot. Like I deserved to be 88th. Like it wasn't masked by a win. Obviously the win was an amazing thing to happen in my life. But this year I feel more than ever. I feel like my team's ready. I've got great coaches. I'm just looking forward to what 2025 brings.
Brilliant. Well, look, I think we've done a super job tonight. These guys have been spectacular, and so too have you.
Yeah.
Todd, Charley, Hull,
Thank you.
everyone.
There's one person I can't not mention today. He's one of the biggest followers of our channel, Peter Corler. He's currently in hospital. He's going to miss Christmas. He's been rather unwell the last couple of years, but he tunes in. He makes his wife tune in every single week. So Peter, get well, have a lovely Christmas, get back home soon, and hopefully we'll see you in the new year.
Yeah.
So hopefully you've enjoyed our Christmas special. It was wonderful having so many insights from two fantastic golfers that make this game look awfully easy, and as you all know, it really is in that way. A big thanks to all of you guys and girls that turned up and were part of our live studio audience, and thank you all so much for your questions and your questions at home. Thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you on the other side of Christmas. We will be back with you in the early part of January. We will let you know when that's going to be, but we're going to have a bit of turkey. Simon's going to buy a few more cardigans, and we will see you in the new year. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.
I'll sign that ball for him, that Peter guy. So good luck. Have you got